to say that I'm really happy to have you here with me again, right? And I do hope today's a good day for you, because today's the day for us to get together and practice your English, remember? And in order to do so, well, I asked a friend of mine, Catherine, from United States of America, Texas to be more exact, and asked her to send you guys a video talking to you and telling you the difference between American university system and Brazilian university system. So she sent us a video so that you can practice your English, and not only that, you can practice your English and also get information on how to get into the so-dreamt American universities, man. So let's check and listen to her. See you, bye, way!
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine. I'm a student at the University of Oregon, and last year I did an exchange to Brazil. I'm going to talk to you guys about American universities. So first, let's start off with some differences between Brazilian and American universities. One of the main things I know in Brazil they talked about a lot was when you pick a university, you pick it based on what you want your career to be. So my sister Emily wants to be a doctor, and so she's going to go to a school to become a doctor. Well, in America, all the schools offer all those. So if you go to my school, you can become a doctor, or a lawyer, or a teacher, or an artist. It doesn't matter. We all have the same basic school. And that means if you change your mind, you can stay at the same school and you don't have to start over. So I was originally studying international relations, but now I'm studying communication and politics. Didn't make any difference. I just switched my major. This is because for the first 2 years of college here in America, we all take the same classes. They're called general courses. They're introductory courses, which means we all take biology, we take math, we take science, we take art, we take philosophy. It doesn't matter what your major is, you'll all take the same basic courses for your first 2 years. These are meant to give you a sense of what you want to do. So maybe you thought you wanted to be an artist, but you hate your art class, but you love your biology class. It allows you to switch what you want to do, and it gives you all the same basic education. Your second 2 years of school is when you focus on your career. You take biology classes if you're a biology major. I take politics classes. It depends on what you want to do. Another big thing is American schools are more expensive. So an American school here is $40,000. In reais, that's about $130,000. It's really expensive. The admissions process is also different in the fact that when you apply to schools here, you don't just give them your grades and your test scores. You also have to write essays, provide recommendations, and you get a chance to talk about you as a whole. You can talk about the instruments you played, if you're a part of any sports or any clubs. This is because we require an essay. In this essay, they'll give you a topic and you have to write on it. And so if you got a bad grade in the class, you can explain that grade. It's a really great chance to talk about what you like and what you want to do and why this is a good school for you. Another difference I've heard from students in Brazil is that in Brazil, the professors talk a lot and the students listen. Well, here in the US, we do it how the students talk and the professors listen. Not always, but that's a lot of classes. For example, my English class, the teacher would give us books to read, and then we'd all sit around a table and we would talk about the books. The professor would listen to us, and he would occasionally ask questions to help guide the conversation. So how do you get into an American university? First, you've got to choose a university. Most people apply to 5 to 10 universities. It really depends on what you want to do, where you want to go. So if there's only one university you want to go to, only apply to that one. But most people apply to multiples. You choose these universities based on location. So for example, if you hate the snow, don't apply to school in Michigan. You'll hate that. It'll be horrible. And if you want to be near the ocean, apply to Florida, apply to California, Washington. Location's a big one. I picked Oregon because it doesn't snow a lot and I like the rain. You also need to consider what you want to study. Most universities will offer all areas of study, but some universities will be better than others. So for example, I applied to the University of Washington and to the University of Oregon. The The University of Washington is famous for their biology degrees and their engineering degrees, while the University of Oregon is famous for their journalism degrees and their business degrees. I'm studying communication, which is a part of journalism, so I picked the University of Oregon. The University of Washington offers communication too, but the University of Oregon's is better. You can usually find these out by going on the website, and they'll put their statistics up there, and they'll talk about important professors they have. Let's see, when you're picking a school, you should also consider where the school is. For example, some people want to go to school in New York and be in a big city. Some people want to go to school in a really small town. I chose to go to school in a college town because I like that everything is around the school. The only people who really live in this town are students and professors. So that means when anything happens, it happens at the university. We had a really big music festival last week that took place here, on school grounds, which was really nice. So once you find out what universities you want to apply to, you've actually got to do the application. So go onto their website and you can find their application form. Or if you're lucky, it'll be part of the Common Application, which you can find on commonapplication.com. That's an application where a bunch of the universities got together and they made one application. So if you're applying to 5 schools, you only have to fill out one application. A lot of schools use it, but some don't, so you should check their website to be sure. You have to send in your transcripts from your high school. You can get those through the schools. Talk to your principals about it. I don't know exactly who at your school would do that, but it should be someone from the official office. A lot of schools will need your testing scores. I know you take some sort of test in Brazil at the end of your school years. They'll need those scores. And you'll also have to prove you're proficient in English. This is the TOEFL test, or the SAT, which is what Americans take. You have to get a passing score on that. Each school requires a different score, so look at their website and they'll tell you their minimum scores. Some schools require letters of recommendation, which you can get from a teacher or a coach or any adult who is not related to you and can write really nice things about you and say what a good student you are and how you'll do good at the university. This letter must be in English or it must be translated. You also have an essay you have to write. Like I said, they'll give you a topic and you must write on it. Make sure to have someone proofread it and follow the guidelines. If it wants you to talk about your future career, don't go off and talk about like your children or something you want in the future. They want your career. They want to be specific. But also be creative and be you. Don't lie and say you want to be a lawyer if you really want to be a doctor just because you think it'll impress them. Some schools require certificates of finance, which is a certificate you can provide saying it proves that your family can pay for the school. Like I said, school here in America is a lot more expensive, and so they need to know your family will provide for you. There are also scholarship applications that you should do. Those are usually due at the end of January. Well, American schools are hard to get into, but I love it. I love school here, and I hope you guys will look into it. Ciao.